What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about, Willis?
Welcome. This is Hood Talk, and this is your boy, Mr. Know-It-All, and I'm here with the lovely Miss Bella, ready to get it started.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this Patty Tuesday. Before we get started, please don't forget to subscribe to Marcus Honeysucker on YouTube, Mr. Know It All on Facebook. If you want to send him some love, the information is beginning to scroll across the bottom of the screen. But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It doesn't cost a thing. Just click on it, like it, share it, subscribe, and we will thank you. So, getting started on this subject for the season that we are in, the spending season, the economical boost season. Want to know? So, is tax season leaving season? Do women leave around tax season, relationships, jobs, things of those sorts? So, tax season. What are you going to do this season? Are you going to leave? Do you really want to stay? You going to quit? Do you really want to show up? You going to call off? What you going to do? We're going to talk about it, though.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right, Mr. Know-It-All?
Yes, we will. Well, let's get into it. Mm-hmm. Just trying to get a little few things done right here.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
Yeah, stay ready.
All right. Okay. How they say it? Bam. Let's jump on into this. All righty. Tax season is upon us. It is a different season. It is a changing season. And a lot of things change during tax season. Relationships, jobs, houses, cars, you know, people make lifelong thoughts and changes during tax season, because tax season is the ultimate season that I think everyone is ready to get up out of that situation. And when I say situation is I done seen a lot of people before they even get their tax money, they already got it spent. They already know where it's going to and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think tax season is crazy because it's very different. It's very different. I think tax season is one of them seasons that everybody make they major moves during tax season. Man. If somebody wanted to become a rapper, they'd be like, man, as soon as I get the tax money, I'm finna buy me some studio equipment and this and that. You know, oh, as soon as I get this tax money, I'm moving to Atlanta. I'm moving to Texas. I'm getting the hell out of Jackson. I'm getting the hell away from here. Tax season, I'm getting a car. New rad. I'm gonna change jobs. I think tax season is is a season that a lot of us we kind of never know after tax season how life will be, because you never know the person around you, are they plotting against you because of tax season, and that's a whole subject in itself.
Mm-hmm.
Some people be sitting up there and right after Christmas they already planning their way out. As soon as I get my tax money back, I'm gone. They already know how they gonna leave. They done put the plan down. They done already changed schools. Okay.
But you know, I hear in society that the number one day to leave be in December. What you think about that?
uh I'm thinking the only reason people might leave in December,
It's not buy a gift.
it could be the gift. It could be the stress of going into a new year. Sometimes um I remember a relationship I was in. I think we decided to part the day before the New Year's Eve or whatever. Just deciding we're gonna go into the new year with each other, and that's how we just ended it. Then after that, I mean, we was good to that day, and we just said, "Nah, we ain't going. We ain't gonna do this."
Hmm.
So, so I think sometimes people look at a new year as a new beginning, and sometimes you want to leave whatever back in that year. You be like, you know what? Because look at it, you look at the people pages. 2024, I'm walking in 2024 like this. I'm shaking off all the haters. I'm dropping all my dead weight.
Hmm.
Hear it all. And you know where I hear it from the most? People who got the list. People who got the list seems like they're more willing to make that chance and to get away from somebody than the people that got the most. So a lot of people you know, I think when people have stuff, that little time frame and that little money that's finna come don't change them. They already, two people that got stuff when they get together, they not expecting the other person to carry them.
Right.
So then it's a better understanding when you got a person that got their own, they can take care of their own, and you can take care of your own, and y'all come together and you mutually just come together and just try to like each other. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of times the reason a lot of people that's doing bad or whatever, they feel like, okay, I'm doing bad. I done got with this person. I've been with this person a year or two, and I ain't went nowhere. I ain't came up. I ain't did this. And not looking at it might be me. You know what I'm saying? Because who's stopping you from coming up? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And when
Right.
you leave that person, ain't you still gonna be the one to pull your bootstraps and try to get yourself up?
You should be.
So I think we live in a society where a lot of people want something from somebody else, and when they feel like they don't get what they want, they out. You know what I'm saying? Like, like it's just like a scammer. He come in your inbox, he'd be like, "Hey, you need some financial. You heard about this new financial this and that and blah blah blah." And soon as you figure out that they're a scammer, then he want to block you and everything. He like,
Mm-hmm.
I was just getting into this conversation. You know what I'm saying? And it's like soon as a person figure out that they can't get what they want out of you, they gone. They peace out. You know what I'm saying? And usually that's people that's doing bad because they usually gonna come in the relationship begging, wanting something. They was looking for it. Wasn't they wasn't looking for love. They was looking for other things, monetary value. They probably seen what you was driving, what you was riding, and said, "Ooh, I get with him. He'll take care of me," or
Mhm.
like that. You know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
if you don't take care of her, or however what they thinking, and they're like, "Man, I need to go and find somebody that don't take care
A
of me."
replacement.
Or I'm gonna tell you another thing about that. That makes a lot of some people, I ain't gonna say a lot, that makes some people go back to where they was all right at because they realized it might have not been so bad.
Right.
Because I ran out here thinking that I could get somebody way better than what I had, and not looking at all my flaws that person probably accepted that maybe somebody else might not accept.
Right.
And
You
and
don't think about it that way, though.
I don't think people think about the whole learning process, of learning somebody, getting to know somebody, uh, being able to withstand somebody's nerves, like somebody who talk too much, somebody who walk too much, somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever they do that might be annoying to somebody else might be all right with
And
being
handle
able,
it.
can handle it or
Mhm.
look over it. And I don't think we look at it like that.
Oh, of course not. I agree with you.
What's up, Kimberly? Village up in the keys.
Shouts out to Miss Kimberly Belial, the young lady that makes our t-shirts and apparel, the pillowcases and things like that. Shouts out to her. Check her out on Facebook. She said, "Good evening. I'm at work closing tonight." She has t-shirts, pillowcases, etc. by Kimberly Belial. The flu and COVID numbers going up. I'm selling gold sea moss, purple sea moss for sale. I have added elderberry too. So inbox or call her at 601-339-9758. Serious inquiries, please. Thank you. You're welcome. And while we're doing the advertising, shout out to Miss Wendy Friday with Shondazzle earrings and apparel. Check her out. Miss Wendy.
Nice there. We can't get no Zoom up and nothing. Oh, okay, my bad. That's a nice little ball there. Yeah, yeah,
Got
but
2 balls.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, I think we all have our little stories. I'm sure you have heard your stories about people just, as soon as I get my taxes, I'm up out of here. I'm not studying this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And we're
Yeah.
gonna get down and we're gonna break down a whole lot of this stuff. So let's start.
Mhm.
Let's get into it.
So we want to know, like during this season, the first thing someone do is treat themselves to something special. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, with treating yourself to something special, because there are some people that, you probably had a hard year of finances and, maybe you want to do something nice just for you. But I say when you do those things, just don't waste a lot of money in doing so. You all right?
Nah, I was just looking this up. Yeah. You said during this season, one thing they treat themselves to something, a car or
Mm-hmm. Buy
furniture.
new furniture.
TVs, I done seen it all. I done seen the TVs, the furniture. Um, hell, what I haven't seen when it come to this part here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, what else? What else you got to say about that?
I mean, I've said my part. I don't think nothing's wrong with treating yourself sometimes. It's something special.
Plenty,
Sometimes you need
plenty
a
of
break.
dinners.
Well, some people do that all year long. I don't care if they broke, they go to dinner. You know, I'm saying like maybe a day for massage and relaxation, walk in the park, sit in the park, not thinking about things and worrying. Just a breath of fresh air these days can be a good thing. Just go and sit quietly. And I know often people probably don't even do that anymore. But that's something that I have reverted to, going and having me some quiet time away from everything. There's so much that goes on, in life generally.
Okay.
And you?
um, I don't know nothing about tax season like that. I mean, to me, it's just another time of the year. I mean, like, I don't even remember, getting anything back that I was like, whoa, look at this. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
mean, but it should. If you don't owe, that's a whoa moment, you know?
yeah, but it's all depending on how you set your life up. To me, I think sometimes people set their life up to kind of depend, kind of like depend on something. You know, I've never. I guess because most of my life I never worked. I've been an entrepreneur, most of my life. So I
So you
guess
just one in maybe 8 out of 10,
yeah, I probably
that probably are able to do something of a sort.
yeah,
Most people in life, they've reverted to getting the education or getting the job just to make amends on their life. So when you're blessed in a situation to start your entrepreneurship early, I don't think nothing's wrong with that. But like when you do your entrepreneur business, do you save for your future?
yeah.
Some people just work to make money, and as they make it, they're spending. Are you
Right.
working, making money? You're handling business. Are you saving for a future? Just say, for instance, if something happened, God forbid, there are so many people that I see that are business owners and have been for a long time, and something happened to cause them that they're not able to do the job that they're doing or have been doing for so long. They weren't thinking about a retirement cushion,
Right.
or where would I be if I couldn't do this? Who would take care of me, or how would I take care of myself then? But that's the only thing about being an entrepreneur. You got to have a cushion established for your future.
I agree. I agree. I think a lot of times I have when I think about it, I probably only had like 3 real jobs, and I think I worked for a temp service. I think that's the only kind of job, only kind of jobs I ever had like that. And I think, shoot, my last job was 2001 or something. I don't know, but I just think you got to have a different mindset. You know what I'm saying? Because when I watch other entrepreneurs, I see exactly what they doing wrong from the door. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing it so long that I can see, like you say, they might take their money, and as soon as they get their money, they put it in the cars, put it in, moving in a good, some, well off somewhere, and they struggling to just pay the bills. Not only just pay the bill, that they barely paying the bills, they don't have nothing to save to really put back into their business to make their business thrive. And I feel like that is the main purpose of entrepreneur, is having money put to the side that you can put to the bit, and it's a lot of business owners. If they if somebody sued them for $3, $4, $5,000, they done. They done. They closing it down. They up bankruptcy, closing it down because that's all they feel like they. A lot of people are trying not to save because they don't want to die and somebody else have it. So a lot of people walking around and not saving money, scared of when somebody else might spend it when they gone.
Yeah.
So I just think it gets like that. He said something with program. Yeah, what'd you say? And a new man. And a new man. Yeah, I guess some people feel like putting a new man in the mix gonna make a lot of things better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's part of their furniture change.
Was they didn't like the old man laying around no more.
Right. I need somebody new.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, that's why this world's so temporary now. And like I still hold up my same thing. Just like a person that change cars, they'll change man. If you don't, because it's a mentality. See, a mentality about, steady getting a new car or something, that because you don't have patience on fixing a car. You done with it, move on. Let me get a new one. Let's see how it do. And that's the same thing that goes into relationships. A lot of people don't want to fix relationships. They say, let me get rid of this one. I find something else better. And you know what I'm saying? They work out for a minute, but people don't realize every part car, good and old, got parts that might mess up. Just like they got that 7.3, motor that they say you can barely break. It runs the day just like it ran, and it running 500,000 miles without breaking. Some of them going up to way higher than that. But I say that because a lot of people don't treasure relationships and use it to getting better. I think a lot of people don't treasure it and say, okay, why I'm in a relationship. Okay, he handling this. Let me save my money here. Okay, she handling this. Let me save my money here. Let's combine and, this 50-50 thing. Let's have some money put aside so we can both get up and get up. And I think sometimes relationship get to give me. He ain't give me enough. Now I'm done with this. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. That's why I think, most time it be, broke people that lead the relationship first because they looking for a come up. It's the same thing when you're dealing with politics. A lot of people don't like politics sometimes because one side say we want to give you stuff, and the other side say we're gonna help you work to get your own stuff. And I think more people want people to give them stuff than to work and get up on their feet and do it themselves. Somebody to help you get on. Cause see, it all goes on that old saying: teach it, bring them some fish, they'll eat for a day. Teach them how to fish, they'll live for a lifetime. And I think it's just my thought. I think the Democratic view is more bringing you fish, and I think Republican view is more teaching you how to fish and want you to pull up your bootstraps and kind of get it on your own. So I guess because I look at stuff a little different, a little deeper. I don't think a lot of people just look at stuff or just look at anything as what it's really saying about us. Do we really want all these handouts? All we think about is reparations and somebody giving us some and all that. We never think about getting off our bootstraps and getting it. People around us did it. Master P did it. Kanye West did it. I mean, we can go to, NFL, doctors, lawyers, people, getting their kids and putting into them. I think we raising a culture of people, gimme people. And we mad at our children because they like gimme, 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 but we raised them to be a gimme. We didn't raise them to say go out and do it yourself. We raised them to say, hey, give me some more. Help me some more. Hit me one more time.
Mhm.
We don't never say, you know, I put it this way. Reason I know this a gimme culture because I remember somebody asking me to borrow my money. And when I asked them what for, they'd be like, man, just let me borrow the money. And why I gotta tell you what it's for? I'm like, hey player, ain't no reason for me to argue with you. Handle your business. And I handle mine. See, now it's no, 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 no. Don't scream at me about mine. You want to get mine, but I can't ask you what it's for. See, that's when you supposed to pull up your bootstraps and get it yourself, since nobody can question you. Because that's what grown people do. They pull up their bootstraps and get in on themselves if they don't want to answer no questions. Even if you go to the welfare department or anything, you got to answer a bunch of questions before they give you this welfare number.
Yep.
But when it comes to a loan, they ask you all these questions to get a loan from somebody, right?
Right.
But if I just ask you one question, oh, you both just give it to me, you don't both question me, goddamn, that. You don't do that shit when you go to the loan place. You don't do that shit when you go to the welfare place. Because they sure want to know everything. Just like when people want child support. They don't just let you go down there and say, I got 4 children, and they want to know you. They want to know your kids' daddy. They want to know where you had sex at, where you had the baby at. They want to know your social security number, their social security number, where they go to school at, where you live at.
It sounds like you know now. Watch this now.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, we have a lot of people that got this mentality. Don't ask me nothing. Be your own boss then. Go out there, mow a yard, make you some money, make your own money, save your money. Don't smoke it up. Then ask the next person money. The main people that smoke a lot of weed and all that, they're the first person to ask you. People ask you money about them some cigarettes. That ain't no necessity. And my what's name? Now, if you my partner and you need cigarettes or whatever, you gonna give it to me. Hey man, because see, let me tell you what they gonna say. Hey man, give me a pack, man. I got your money when I get home. I left my wallet. It's an excuse that they ain't got their money. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But then that person that asks you for that money, they don't tell you when they're gonna pay you back. They just ask you for the money, right?
Right.
So we got to be careful on on just being, real deal people. You know what I'm saying? Everybody always talk about how real everybody is and all that. But sometimes people don't understand, consequences and all that. And that one thing I respect by anybody that ever got some money from me, they don't mind telling me what they needed for, appreciate it, all that old good stuff. I got you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But people who's unappreciative, they act like you owe them the money.
Right. Isn't that the truth?
They be talking to you like you be looking around like, you sure you want some money?
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like you got this shit figured out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And let's move to the next subject before I get it.
Mhm. So is tax season the death of most relationships? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
What you think about that?
So is tax season the death of most relationships? I don't think so. I don't think it's the death. Some people act like they love each other more when they have money and not stressing as much. You know?
I agree. Cause see, I remember when I came up and tax season was for every dude to get on. His girl get
Yeah,
tax
because
money.
she be sweet,
His
because
girl,
she have less stress.
yeah, his girl
Got her
get
man
tax money.
happy, so he making her happy because she making him happy.
Yeah,
But now it's like so many people are for themselves; they don't come together like that anymore.
yeah, yeah.
Cause tell me about it, like tax season back in the day. What you had?
Huh?
No, like tax season back in the day. You was talking about that
Yeah.
tax season back in the day. I'm saying, like, tell me how it rolled.
Well, I remember just, you know, sometimes dating women and like they be talking about it. They already talked to the tax man. Oh, I'm gonna get me about 8 stacks back. I'm gonna get me about 10 stacks back, and they be all proud. And me, I used to always be like, you might want to buy you a house, buy you what's name. They be like, oh, I can't put the money in the bank. I can't save no money because the people gon' not give me. People were so scared of having money because they thought
They'll
that
lose their
the
benefit.
government, right, gonna take it away from them. And
They
I'm
were.
like, huh?
They were.
Well, I mean, so it was a sin to even save a amount of money. Like, say you get your tax money.
Well, that's
It
the whole thing with society that we live in.
was,
They give you these homes, these places to stay at lower cost, but you are never to show any signs that you're coming up. If you
right.
show any sign over $2,000 that you're coming up, it's going to be snatched away from you. So that's the depression that has been holding a lot of people down. I'm not going to even just say our race. It's a lot of cultures that rely on the government for assistance. And when you get this assistance, you can't save so much money. If they see this money in your account, because, like, just say, for instance, you go and you get you some welfare, and welfare can be cash, it can be food and nutrition, EBT or whatever. They see this. They want to know if you have a checkings account, if you have a savings account, if you have a car. They want to know if you're paying a note on this car or if you own it. You own this car, there's a problem too. The value of the car can't not be a certain amount.
Wow.
It's serious. It's amazing how people are not realizing how they are holding us back in America just by getting the government assistance. It may be comfortable for you, but they don't ever want you to succeed, especially even having a spouse. You can live at this place for $50 a month as long as you don't have a man in your life. He comes up all these kids on you, and you can just add them to your case, but never add a man. You add a man, they're gonna cut off all your benefits. That's how they running things. That's the new plantation in America.
And you know what? I guess I never looked at it like that, but I guess it is like that. You know, I never thought about it like that. You never think about like um the how the system is stacked on top of us. But reason I say that because the Democrats I hate to just put it in political
Well,
terms,
don't do it then. No laboring.
but I ain't gonna label it. But I'm saying like we always run after these politicians that say they're gonna give us something. You know what I'm saying? Some kind of benefits, some kind of something. Just give us anything. And I think even when well, I'm gonna tell you this, and I hate to sound crazy, but even when I used to see people in these long lines, these long church lines to get water, or something like that, to get little fruits or vegetable or whatever. And guess what I used to think in my head? I used to say to myself, how much gas is they waiting or wasting sitting in line this long time to try to get a
A
$3
little handout.
$3 thing of water, or something free that they ain't gonna give you, but just boom,
Probably a case.
yeah, or something. I'm just saying, like, waiting in line. I can understand when like like when passing out water, because we passing out quick, like that there. But I'm talking about, I done seen places at churches where people are lined up around the corner.
Hours early to get this.
Yeah.
But you know what? What's so, I won't say sad, but there are some people that don't even need it, that's holding the line just to get something for free. And you
Right.
will be surprised how many people in our society that actually need this. Like for instance, they have in America, people are around here living off a $500 income that comes from the government.
Mhm.
So you get $563 a month, and they expect you to live off of it. And then if you're not getting subsidized housing, so you know how can you live? So therefore, some may can't even feed themselves. So of course, if the benefits are there for them to get some free food, they're doing that. And you have more food pantries now that they are offering to seniors or disabled people now than before. The cost of living has increased, but the income hasn't, and especially in the South.
Mm. Do you think we're gonna what is the way to come up, like, under the system? I used to see, a lot of ladies doing hair, and men, trying to get these cash jobs and stuff like that. Is that the only way to kind of come up under a system like this?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Everything is being reverted to AI. Everything that you do is going to pass someone.
Mhm.
So just say, for instance, if you get your little hustle, if you're able to, at an age where you can handle it, you get your little hustle and make you some income and just try and bring yourself up. But the main thing with people of our society is self esteem. They don't think they can do it. You will be so surprised how many people have knowledge, gifts, talents, experience, but they don't feel like they can do it. There are no people to encourage them on doing something like that. Just like Kim is one, Kimberly Belial, the lady that makes our t-shirts and everything.
Right.
She has a great thing going on with her business on promoting the sea moss and promoting her t-shirts and things like that. If she actually went full time with just that, I think she could be great in doing something like that.
Mhm.
But she has another job, that she enjoys doing, then she ought to just convert her business into cooking because she says she likes to cook. And if
Okay.
she can manage her own, but if you're not directed in the way to do it, and you just don't do it. So there are a lot of businesses that Black women and men have, and if they have the push to do it, we can all be great in something that we do.
I remember a young lady I used to cut a yard, and I remember that she started doing cakes and cupcakes and stuff like that. And then after that, she started doing shirts. And then, what I'm saying, she built up her money from the cakes, and she started doing shirts, cakes, and now
Move to something else.
she's doing printing and all kind of, stuff. Now she do cups,
Hmm.
everything. Now she put, all kind of stuff. So you're right. If you put your all into something, what I'm saying, you can not have a car or whatever, but if you put your all into it, you can make something happen. You know what I'm saying? But
But
like, go ahead.
mhm, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. It just came to my mind. I was thinking about it. You know, they're talking about taking TikTok from United States. But there have been so many people that I know that has generated business just from watching TikToks. I have a friend, she has started molding cups, designing cups, selling those cups. She's decorating cups, just like a whole new business just from watching a TikTok video. And now her business is booming, you know, like that with making the cups and everything, till she has actually started a business. So one thing she didn't do, she was in college and she never completed her degree, but she got married and she had children. So she felt like because she had the children and the marriage, that what she wanted to do would be over. So I encouraged her, go back and finish that degree, because a lot of times in the society we live in, you need the paper than the experience in some areas. So she would need the paper of she having the knowledge of being in business to go ahead and orchestrate what she's trying to do. And in doing so, she's doing very well just from TikTok. So there are some things that we can take that we see on social media and make a plus of it.
Right. And I've seen a lot of TikTok videos and stuff like that of people making stuff, fixing holes in walls, and doing stuff that I say a lot of people, you don't know it, but you'll see it. But I think we got the same thing kind of like with the reels and stuff, the reels kind of like with the TikTok too, where people put different stuff that they doing, and then somebody who across the world can see that and say, dang, I can do that.
I do it the easy way than what I was thinking.
Right. So I can feel you on that, but we always got to be very mindful that anything can be taken away from us. And I think, TikTok, just one thing, just like is plenty of other things been taken from us. I remember the Black Planet and all that. Yeah,
was that the first social media thing, Black Planet? What was it called?
And something else. So that was taken away from us, and I think it's a lot of it's women and men that's depending on OnlyFans. One day OnlyFans gonna get taken away because it really is a lot of sex work and this and that,
and OnlyFans.
Yeah, and if we supposed to be this society that we demonizing, a lot of men for certain actions that they do, and I think you can't sit around and look at OnlyFans and certain stuff and watching people sell their body and a lot of stuff online and just see it as okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like I think because like people say it's the oldest profession in the world, prostitution ain't going nowhere. But what they making it, I mean, it's the same thing as sex talk and this and that. I remember, way back, when they had them phone calls, when people used to be on the phone and do stuff like that, it's the same type of situation. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Next one. Oh, read Kimberly right quick.
Kimberly said, "I've thought about selling food, but I don't know if they will like what I do. The smells of raw meat make me sick to my stomach. My friend just told me the same thing. But the thing is, Kim, you do what you do. If you don't want the raw meat, go vegan. Make it taste good. And like, just say for instance, you at home, you cooking, you know how to mix your seasons and all that together. Do that until you get it to perfection to taste."
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. It's just like Chinese people just cook Chinese food. Japanese people just cook Japanese. It's a market for anything. It's a market for tofu. It's a market for everything. All you got to do is put it out there. Somebody gonna like it. If you go open up a popsicle stand, people gonna be coming through there grabbing up popsicles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just feel like whatever you put out there, people gonna, you know what I'm saying? It gonna slowly, I think our thing is patience, because we got to have patience and we got to have persistence. I think our problem sometimes is not having to open and close. I think me and a partner was talking about that today about black people not having a certain time they open and close. People try to support black people, but they don't have a certain time that they open and close, or a certain place where they gonna be at that people can find them and this and that. And that's what it is. It's like sometimes, I understand people who just make their little money online or whatever. But sometimes when you actually want, open a business, you actually got to be there at that business at times, you know what I'm saying? And be able to, when people looking for you, you got to be there. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people will put on their door 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock and don't show up till 10, 30, and 11. And I think it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because every business owner, you wouldn't think it was right at Taco Bell. If Taco Bell closed 5 minutes early, we uproar.
Having a problem. Y'all don't close the 10. Why you close the door at 9:55?
And people don't, and y'all calling in and everything, because that 30 seconds that you looked at your watch and you shook the door and it wasn't open, 9:59. Oh, the door already closed. Y'all acting a fool over that. And then black people would sit up there and have a business and would put right on the door 8 o'clock to 3, and they there 2 hours that day. You know what I'm saying? And it just don't make no sense. It's like you want money, but you won't do the proper thing to get money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like if you gon' like, I say it like this here. If you gon' open a nail shop, when you say it's open, it should be open till it close. It shouldn't be appointments only. That's how the barbershops, I understand, during COVID, a lot of people wasn't named like that.
But it's different now.
I can
Because they
understand.
say you can go to work with COVID now.
But you still got to have your place open so you can get all the extra money on the side that really gonna help you. Between all that money, it's money to be made. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing about the barbershop back in the day. They knew when somebody went to the barbershop, somebody was gonna be in one of them chairs to cut you up.
Yeah.
Now, when you go to the barbershop, now the two people in there, I'm waiting on somebody to pull up right now. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's crazy how society have got us trained that everything got to be on a schedule. We can't just open a store, run a store, or run a business a certain kind of way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Come on with it.
So, romantic partners are the people to whom we feel closest. They also can turn our world upside down. Hello. That's easy. Understood and said. You're in a romantic relationship. You feel like y'all cool and close. Next thing you know, they doing some dumb stuff.
Yeah.
They get in their feelings of this new ship that they're in.
Mm-hmm.
And they feel like they can just rock the way that they want and just ignore that person. That's selfish.
Mm-hmm.
So I say, don't even be in a relationship. Just stay single.
Yeah, I think a lot of times, a lot of stuff are not You know, because it's so different, so many different relationships. I know. Oh, here it is. Let me go on ahead and boom, throw it up there. Go ahead.
The four main types of are typically identified as family relationships, romantic relationships, friendship, and acquaintanceships. And all can fall during tax time. Oh my goodness.
And what I'm trying to say in that is money puts strains on our relationships. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you remember how people have expression, oh, you acting funny now. Got a little money, you acting funny.
That's what they say.
And that's the truth, because what it is I remember somebody told me a long time ago. Because people say, man, you ain't changed. I said, I ain't gonna never change. See, what it is people who not used to money just make you more of what you already are. So if you're an alcoholic with money, you're gonna be a fucking drunkie. If you're a crackhead, you know what I'm saying, with money, you're gonna stay his eye. You know what I'm saying?
Look, hold on.
So,
Let me put
go
this
ahead.
up. Look,
Go ahead.
I made this statement. I said, money does not change people. Money is a big magnifying glass on who you truly and genuinely were and always have been. So you can't say that on money because it just magnify who you really are.
Yeah. And they're just, you know, because I realize when some people ain't got money, they feel so down.
Yep. Be so
what?
sad.
Because they're nothing without the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to have some kind of substance without money. If the only reason that you about anything because you got money, you lost, you out of touch with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to be a type person that if you just walking and you just wasn't just having a conversation with somebody, that's the fun part about being a person, being able to just come up together with other people without the champagne or drinks or whatever, and just have a conversation that people can talk to you and you can be a regular person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And a lot of people ain't got that because without flown, without, you know, look at my gold chain, look at my you know, look at my car, look at this, they nothing. And
Yeah.
and a lot of people, they let money run them. And you know, I don't brag like, you know, I don't brag or nothing like that, but to me, I remember the broke days, and it make me hustle hard to try not to go back to them days. You know,
Yeah.
I get up every day. I get up, and the reason I hustle is because I remember them bad days, and I think that's the problem with America. Sometimes a lot enough people ain't had bad days, so they don't care nothing about money. You know what I'm saying? They be like, "Oh, I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna blow one." You know what I'm saying? And when that money gone, and when they ain't got nobody to lean on, see, that's the big problem. See,
Yeah.
too many people got somebody to lean on. See, when I was out there in the streets, I ain't had nobody to lean on. I had to lean on myself.
So
You
you
know what
had
I'm
to
saying?
stand up and
And you
learn
got
for
to stand
yourself.
up and pull up them buck straps, and you got to figure it out.
Steps
And
and big draws.
a lot of people ain't never had to go out there in the real world and deal with real people because they always been cut. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm gonna tell you this. Some people think school was real world. No, it wasn't even a taste of world. No, I'm talking about when people was in high school and this and that.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
people that went, oh, the end people didn't let me hang out with them. They think that's the real world. You know what I'm saying? Like the real world, when you make friends outside of school, if the only friends you got is the friends you had at school, you are lost. You are not going nowhere fast. If the only friends you got is the ones that you had in school, you ain't made damn friend. How do you left? That tells more about you. than the school. You know what I'm saying? Because really, that means somebody actually had to been pushed under you to be your friend. You couldn't even find a friend out here. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, everybody, matter of fact, it's just the opposite with me. You know, everybody that I kind of was around in school, I don't even see them now. You know, the couple of friends I met outside of school are my best friends now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, really?
In the streets. Yeah.
Okay.
My friends didn't even go to the same school I went to. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
So
you're not friends with nobody. Like, well, you don't communicate with people you
well,
actually.
if I see them,
No,
it's
no, I'm saying like on a consistent. Like you
right.
don't.
Uh-uh.
Okay.
Uh-uh.
So y'all in different worlds now.
Yeah, I mean, we were probably in different worlds then. But I mean, but you know, but only reason I say that because the school I went to and this and that, and sometimes people can be a little uppity here and there or wherever. And I think school and prison is about the same. I think no, I'm for real because you made to have to be around these people, and it be maybe sometimes it be people that you probably and normally you wouldn't be around. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
And in prison, that's the same way. I was looking at a comparison the other day, and I was looking at the school bus and the prison bus, the gates around the school, and the big building the school and the prison. They were just making all these, what's the name? The metal detectors, the security. They were just making all these comparisons. I was like, they were even made a comparison to the dinner tables and the trays. The same trays in the school, the same trays in the penitentiary.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of us don't think deep enough to really see what's going on around us, what's bad and what ain't right, and what's really going on around us. And I don't think we really just really know what's really going on around us. Yeah.
Okay, I agree.
Damn, did I skip something?
No, I went down and got that. You gotta go back.
You what?
I had went down and pulled that up with what you were talking about.
Oh, talking about the 1,000 thing.
Mm-mm.
Did we talk about this?
No, we didn't.
Oh, how we get past them?
I just told you. I went down and showed you something we were talking about to bring it up in.
Oh, well, put us back where we were, because I'm sitting up here. You didn't. No, I'm just saying. I'm like we was way up here. You pulled down to the bottom.
Right, because it was exactly what I said. So we'll be repeating each other
Put us
again.
back
So I was
then.
just talking about it.
Put us back. Do you
Okay,
remember?
this is where we're leaving from. That's the multitude we were just at. So now you go ahead from where you are now.
Okay. Okay, right there.
Okay, so more money, less empathy. Wealth can cloud moral judgment. Wealth has been linked with addictions. Money itself can become addictive. Wealthy children may be more troubled. Hello, that is so true.
Yeah.
I know some people firsthand.
Yeah. And one thing about that is, and this is why I wanted to kind of get into that, because we don't understand what money can do to us. Money can bring out the evil. Money can make your children ungrateful. Money can do it, because I remember that saying the dude was saying, he was like, you can be driving a Ferrari, your child can be driving a Jaguar, and he said your grandchildren will be back walking or something. Because what it's saying is we spoil them. Hard times create better men. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And easy time make weaker men. And that's the time we are living in. And that's the problem I got, because every time I go out here in the streets, people try to tell me, not to be a strong man, not to give so much pushback. Oh, let's ignore them. Let them talk. They not saying nothing. Oh, you bigger than that, this and that. But let me tell you something. Everybody else running their mouth, getting their point across. You know what I'm saying? Oh, don't argue with a woman, but she can argue with you. You know what I'm saying? Don't fuss at no one, but she can fuss at you. Don't hit no one, but she can hit you. It's so much stuff that's being thrown out there just to make men bag down, be more or weaker than water. You know what I'm saying? We would sit up here, I remember when we was coming up, but we used to teach our little girls, don't put your hands on boys. Don't fight them. Don't do this. Now,
and boys too.
Now I look at them and I see little girls got boys in headlocks and trying to beat up on them and this and that. And then the boys are scared to even hit them back, because the boys are taught not to hit the girls. But the girls are not taught not to hit the boys.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what's going on now. We are teaching the women to go in on men, disrespect them, talk crazy to them, whatever. But the men supposed to go, oh no, don't talk back to her. You know what I'm saying? She make more money than you now.
Yeah.
Oh no, this and that. No, I'm just saying it's just being put out there, and I see it so much. And what people don't realize, that's why a lot of women want to stay in the corporate setting. See, in the corporate setting, some women are God to me. They can walk up to a man and say, hey, get over there and do this. Get over there and do that. I want this done by 12. I want this done. I want that. I want this and this and that. But see, the same woman that does that in corporate, she tries to come out here in the streets and do that out there in the club and out here in the streets and at the store and this and that. And it don't work out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the conflict that's happening. And then when it don't work out here, you know what she do? Oh, let me call the popos. Oh, I know I said.
Right. What do you mean?
I know I said something to you, and you actually said something back. Oh no, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. The problem is people want men to shut up, go push back in a corner, and be quiet and not be men. And anytime somebody like Andrew Tate or anybody, any kind of manly man, anybody speaking up saying we need to go back to men being men. Oh no, I'm not my grandma. You ain't gonna treat me.
You hear that all the time, don't you?
And you know what makes it so bad? Most people
my mom didn't understand back then.
Most people ain't never seen their grandma with a black eye.
Oh Lord.
All it was is a few bad eggs, just like anything, and then you spoiled a whole bunch. You added to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's the same thing we think about women. It's women that beat on men. We don't add it to our women. We don't say, oh, these women be beating on these men all the time. We don't do that. Men don't go around here beating on women like that. Them boys is halfway scared, this and that. And then you got women that put their hand on these men and all this. Oh, you a punk, putting their putting that finger up their nose and pushing them in the head and all kind of stuff. I done seen this. You know what I'm saying? And then when these boys snap out and go upside, run ahead, oh, war it's me. Oh, they fall down. Oh, call the police. Somebody call them. And I just think it's unfair how men are getting treated sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And we just got to look at it and say what's fair is fair. And we got to get back to the point where don't put your hands on nobody and won't nobody put their hands on you. You know what I'm saying? And if you tired of a person and you don't want to be with a person no more, just leave. You ain't got to be devilish. You ain't got to put sugar in the tank. You ain't got to bust it wonders out. You ain't got to do all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Same thing about men. He ain't got to do all this. He ain't got to stalk you. If you want to be done with him, be done with him. You know what I'm saying? But it just when you get to this place called tax season, you know what I'm saying, people doing it that they plant. See, this the problem that women doing that's around tax season that ain't right. They playing like everything good. You know what I'm saying? And see, people don't realize that what makes a man so devious about women, because he doesn't sit there and watch a woman. Oh, yes, darling, what you want to eat today? Oh, yeah. Oh, this and that. And all the while, he don't know. As soon as he go out to work, it's a U-Haul truck down the street. Pull up in your yard and unload all the furniture. Everything you bought too. And it's gone. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my goodness.
and people don't even understand that's what's going on sometimes, and that's what makes tax season so deviant. Because like I put it away, if both parties working and both parties get them back 4,000-5,000, they good. But if one person finna get back 8 and another one finna get back 1, they rocky. Because guess what? That woman getting back 8, she be like, look at me, he want some of my money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because she know he ain't got much money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She already know, oh, he paid the bills last couple months by himself. He probably wants some of my money now. But she ready to move off to a whole nother place. She probably already found a house 2 months ago. She already got it, already paid down the down payment and everything. Probably took a whole paycheck. Probably didn't even pay the bills that he supposed to be. He gave us some money for to go take it over there to put a down payment on to move somewhere else. And I done seen it done. I done seen people with 4-5 kids with a dude and leave and didn't pay the note for so many months, stacking up that money to leave with the taxes too, and just took the kids and everything and just left to a whole nother house. And then dude end up losing his house because she hadn't paid the house note in about 10 months.
Oh my goodness.
Because she was stacking on her leaving. But that's how it go. But guess what? He still got to pay her alimony and child support after she left like that. And that's why men are so mad sometimes on some of these breakups, because it's unfair. And I don't think a judge look at it and say, you know what? Since you left like that, you don't get nothing. You wanted out, you got out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now I think it's that's why people. And I think that same reason, because everybody done seen how women act around tax time, that's the same reason a whole lot of them ain't getting rings.
How some women act, yo.
Yeah, that's
thousandaire can take you a long way.
You said what?
I said thousandaire. That's all it be. You just be a thousandaire for a few months. Because I'm telling you, $5,000 to $10,000, if you don't manage it right, it can leave very quickly.
Man,
In any sense.
I've seen people get $67,000, and I seen it.
67,000?
Yeah, and
Doing what?
I seen it leave within about 3 years. I mean, bad investments and things. Yeah, it just, it just sometimes people don't realize, you know, more, more, more money is more responsibilities. So I think
Mhm.
sometimes when people get their money, you know, if it's a lawyer or whatever, you got in an accident or whatever, you get a little money, and sometimes people don't understand they're not trying to prepare for the future. They living for the now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They thinking about 5-star hotels. They thinking about, you know, what's the name?
Vacationing in
Vacation,
Bahamas and Jamaica.
living the life and this. And see, one thing that can happen that can traumatize people or is just death. Seeing people die, it can traumatize you or saying, life's so short. I ain't saving nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Mhm.
gonna spend it, and then the next person got to get it like they live, and we are our own worst enemy when it comes to passing wealth to our children. Most people that had wealth couldn't pass it down. Fred Sanford couldn't pass it down. Sam Davis Jr. couldn't pass it down. A lot of even entertainers and actors with plenty of money at the end of their life didn't have money to pass it down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even somebody like Elvis, he ain't have no money to pass it down like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, he gave a house he had to turn into a museum. It's a museum now. But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think it be like that. But you know, I think the most troubling thing is the way money can do your children. And I think that's the most troubling because if you got money, and we done seen it, um, you know, even me, I've seen some of the dudes that got it all. You know, they end up drug addicts. Just looking at, if you ever seen even Ghost, the new Ghost,
The
the boy,
movie, television.
the series with
Okay.
the white boy Braden, him and his brother, you know what I'm saying? They have his brother straight up drug addict, you know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
and and, and what it is sometimes you can get up there and you get to partying too hard, get addicted to the wrong thing. And then if your parents gone and you had to pull up your bootstrap yourself, you already own something.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the same thing happening to us with the weed thing. We making it feel like we so all right, but weed then went to a whole nother level than what we grew up on. Me and my partner was talking about it the other day. They were talking about back in the day, you know, it was all about a joint, you know, and a person smoke one joint and they good for, you know, a couple of hours or something, this and that. Now you got people smoking black to back, blunt to blunt to blunt to blunt. Then they waiting on the next dude to roll up 30 minutes later. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? We done built a culture where we watch our children don't think about nothing but getting high. They want a blunt for breakfast, the dinner, lunch, and for when they get off. You know what I'm saying? And we watching them do this, and we thinking they're gonna be something other than an addict. No, I'm just keeping
See,
it
but what
real.
can you do in those situations?
I think, you know, the thing I tried to do with my daughter was to keep telling her that I think one thing we have to be somebody that they can look at and say, you're not doing it. So even if you're doing something, don't do it around your kids. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of times, because even one of my people was telling me about how, you know, people be doing something like even if you smoking a cigarette, or smoking some weed, and he seen somebody give it to the child and tell it because they were too lazy to pass it to somebody else and give it to the child and tell the child to pass it to the other person. You know what I'm saying? Like we done got so lazy that, even, telling our children to go get beer and stuff out the refrigerator. We done got this lazy where we putting them in the middle of this. You know what I'm saying? Well, if we got habits, don't go tell your child to go bring you the pack of go bring my cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? Like
I heard that before.
certain stuff should be off the what's name. Go get your own cigarettes. Go get your own drink. Fix your own drink. Fix your own bottle. Smoke your own weed. What's name? Walk outside or whatever. Try to respect it enough where you get a child enough where he don't view this as an option, because the child watching you, whether you know it or not, if he watching his daddy smoke weed all day every day, he gonna think, well, it's all right.
Yeah, that I can do it too.
And then you don't even realize you turning your son in the attic. Probably you might have didn't start smoking weed till you was 20 or 25. He gonna start smoking weed at 12, 11, 10. I see them at the bus stop, at the junior high bus stop when I'm just riding down the street, seeing them smoking cigarettes, putting them out before the bus come, seeing them smoking weed behind what's name before the bus come. These children are on another level. They on a whole nother level, and we don't understand how this culture have made our children so bad that if I say I wouldn't call, our kids to be a crackhead, but I would say popping pills and smoking weed is going to be a norm for a lot of the children, because even when I watch my movies now, they got the young kids popping mollies and probably I was watching a prep school, and they were showing how the kids going to the prep school popping mollies, drinking, smoking weed, all this, and it just out there. And I just watched it and I was like, oh. And then everything got a level of sex in it. Everything got a level of gayness in it. And it's just everything just being pushed on these kids so much that they don't even know who they are before they start dipping and dabbling. And people got to realize, you got to think about it. What you might be one way, you might be totally different once you get put on drugs.
And that's the thing.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't know how you would act on the drugs.
Right. And sometimes you get on these drugs and then next thing you know, you're a whole different person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So yep. I mean, we got to realize that we might be doing something to these kids that we don't know. And we got to we really have to check ourselves sometime.
Ain't that the truth?
Yep.
So money can't buy happiness or love.
Yeah.
We know that.
And I think
sometimes all the money in the world, it does not make you happy, and you can't buy no love with it.
And I think that what happens around tax season. I think even just listen to me out on this one. I think even when it get close to tax season, to somebody getting their money back, I done seen women have a disgust for their man just getting close to tax season. You know, like everything about him start bothering her. You know what I'm saying? Like she counting down the day, like I'm gonna get my money back in 10 days. Now look at him. Ooh, I can't stand him. You know, it's like 9 days, 8 days. by the time 2-3 days before that test gets, she can't stand him. She's sleeping on the couch.
Oh wow.
No, I'm just saying, like, I watch this. I'm gonna do this. Think about this here. If everybody was given $1 million, do you think they would stay with the one they with?
I can't answer that for everybody.
No, I'm just saying, like, no. I ain't saying for everybody. I'm just saying, like, the reason a lot of people are with people because they struggle. You feel what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm just saying a lot of ladies would say, the reason she got this man to help pay this bill, the reason they don't need not fuck with him because he stopped spending that money. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of women will say, I mess with him because he paid the bills. Now, you ain't never heard that. So guess what? If she don't need him to pay the bills, will she mess with him? You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to look at it in another way. If you had if McDonald's was paying $75,000 a year, would a lot of people deal with the person that they dealing with? You know what I'm saying? Like, would you level up? How women say, he ain't on my level. I done kind of rose up and he ain't rose up with me. Because you hear that a lot of times now. You hear that, oh, he's not ambitious enough or this and that. Once that money get involved, it ain't about the love or nothing no more. Oh, he just want to stay stagnant. He just he don't want a promotion. You know what I'm saying? It done got to the point that women right now are way more ambitious than men. A man can get a job that's making some high money, and he'll stay there forever if he know he can stay there forever. And he good with it. He'll go to work, do it a couple of hours, this and then get out work, boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Because I asked the man today, I was like, you do anything other than electricity? He was like, nah. See, a man can do something and he can just do that, and he can do that. Then you got other men that got 2-3 things they doing. You know what I'm saying? Always busy. I'm one of them. but I mean, you have a lot of dudes that they got that one job and they ain't gonna never let that job go. They done been there 10, 20, 30 years. Shouts out to my brother. It's some people out there that had certain jobs and they good with it. They might get them a little hustle to make them a little bit more money, but they gonna keep their job and that's all they gonna do. Shouts out to my boy Roro, and shouts out to a couple mechanics I know and this and that. I know a lot of dudes that got jobs working at Nissan plant. I know a lot of them too, that they go and they do their work and they come home and they good. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? Sometimes women ain't like that now. I think sometimes women be like, I'm escalating. I done got a promotion. I'm making this much money now. And if her man is still at this level and it been 5 years and she done moved up to here, I think she looking down and saying, he ain't ambitious enough. He's still at the same job. He's still doing the same. He ain't even asked for no promotion. You know what? Because a lot of men don't want that stress. A lot of women running around with a lot of stressful jobs that they don't even
just
like.
for a title.
Just for a title and just for money.
For a title.
You know what I'm saying? And it's all right for the money, but make money be a means, not a finger pointing thing that, I'm better than you now. You know what I'm saying? Like, if relationships were built more off of love or more often us putting our stuff together and making something happen, trying to make it through this world, because you think it this way. Say if a woman was making 70,000 and the man was making 40,000. If you put that together, that's 110. So if y'all put that together, then y'all live in y'all means 4-5 years, y'all can have a hell of a house, a hell of a land, a hell of a this, a hell of a that. You can go out and build your own business or whatever you want to do, and you can get yourself going almost, yourself. You know what I'm saying? But when people want to live individual lives and spend their money like water and not planning for the future, this what they go through. You go through these type of hardships because you had money over here, and then you want to be separate, this and that, and okay. But if you had money and your man don't know what money you got, and it's gonna be hard for him to tell you what money he got. So now it's this little battle. I'm over here, I got man, don't worry about man, I got this. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like y'all living two separate lives, under one roof, and one got visions over here and one got visions over here, and both of y'all probably scared to even tell each other vision, because you might be headstrong this way and he might be headstrong that way. So I think when we look at it, money is a means to get to the next level sometimes. And I think if most times, if people know that they ain't gonna put that pot ain't gonna never be together like that, I think that's probably the one thing that keep a lot of people from getting married when they live in separate lives. I think the people that live lives and they get married, and because I always think about what my brother be telling me, be like, oh yeah, whatever I had, my girl, she just give me this, give me that, and I take care of this and I take care of that. And you think about it, and that's probably what a marriage supposed to be like. So it's nothing wrong with people getting married when they know they putting everything, in a pot, and they making it work a certain kind of way. But when people live in two different lives, I think they're gonna always live two different lives.
I agree.
Okay. That's a long one. That's a doozy.
Okay. It can change your sense of mortality. It's possible for money to change how you view right and wrong. Suddenly, morally may not be as easy to define. People may compromise what they believe.
And then this the last one that go with it.
Okay. Hoard their money, act stingy, and judge others when they become suddenly wealthy. Oh, that is so true. I've seen so many people come up and they change. Why are you acting like that again?
Money can make people oh, Ruben said money is more powerful.
He said, is money more powerful than love? Well, if we're talking about money and love, I think love is more powerful because you can grow better if you love something. You'll work harder at it because you have that emotion or feeling or thrive for it. But money is the root of what will make it worse. So yeah, I think that love is more powerful than money. So I don't agree that money is more powerful than love.
Yeah. And I'm the same way. I think love is more powerful because if you truly love something, like if somebody said, nah, you got to look at it like this here. If you love somebody, if they say, well, I give you these millions of dollars, but we have to take away this person that you love. Love gonna trump that money. You know what I'm saying? if somebody, if see, people don't even realize it's a lot of things that's way more important than money. Because you say, if somebody said, is your health more important than money? You'll say, yeah. If somebody say you can have all this money or you're gonna die in 6 months, which one you want? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So health is more important than a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Family is more important than a lot of stuff than
I agree.
we realize. So we got to really break it down and realize it's a lot of stuff more important than money. And we don't realize it until sometimes hard times and we see stuff that we say, wow, you know,
Just like that.
they're coming, you know. Yeah. They go no.
So before money, people used to use the barters for goods and services. I guess that's the barter system. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it used to be the what the dang, did I put that down? Was that you? Let me okay, hold on. Let me add. This must be with it though. Go ahead with that. With those.
So is money more powerful than love? My sister's question. I answered that.
No. We're talking about that thing.
Okay. The federal government funds a variety of programs and services that support the American public. The government also spends money on interest it has incurred or outstanding federal debts.
Mm.
I talked about that earlier.
Yeah. And we talked about that earlier too, right?
No. Well, we did. Yeah, you did. You had something similar. When someone get a few thousand, they have less empathy and compassion. Like, it doesn't matter how somebody feel or anything. You're gonna do whatever's according to what you want. Just a little money. Thousands is no money.
Go ahead, cause we got a lot of reading. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So money does not change people. Money is a big magnifying glass. We read that too. Who truly and genuinely identify who and where they've always been. So as individuals accumulate wealth, their priorities may shift from personal relationships, hobbies, or values to focus on material possessions, statuses, and financial assets. So when you get a little more money, your priorities shift. Is everything by me? What I want? It's by me.
Yeah.
So every relationship can be unique, and the reason for breakups can just be as unique. Still, there may be several common reasons that relationships come to an end.
We're gonna talk about that. Read.
The ribbon said, "Remember what money is made of. You both Leos. We understand life. Anyone that covenants money is truly fake and lost. In my opinion, Adam ate from the tree of money." Oh Lord. Ain't going there with you tonight.
I think that might have been a barter system back then. I don't even know if they had money back then, Papa Song. If Adam and Eve was the only person there, who they had to spend money on?
And why? Because they had the tree of what?
Especially
if they had the tree of everything. They ain't have to buy no clothes.
Right.
Where the garden was all around them. They had plenty of food, right?
So right. We might have got you on that one. Go ahead. Okay, you said okay, we read okay. Bam. Include that one.
So these things can include infidelity, lack of effort, fading feelings, loss of trust, and pattern of unproductive or unhealthy fighting.
Mhm.
Mm. 5 regrets have to back up.
So what?
Psychology today regrets after a breakup often center around wishing you've made different choices during your relationship, leaving during a fight, staying too long.
Keep going. Go ahead. I got some more.
So, losing your sense of self are common regrets after a breakup. So, actively choosing when to stay or leave and why will help ward off breakup regrets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when to stay or leave will, okay, get rid of the why you left. Okay. But I still say the number one thing that leads to this, I don't think it always have to do with money, but money have a lot of decision making on people. Because if you get into a place where you feel financially secure, empathy and compassion leaves a person. And when it leaves the person, they don't care about nobody else or have compassion or feelings on how they probably feel about a coming small disagreement. It's about however I feel because I'm good, I'm in good standards. So this person needs to accept how I feel. So how the other person feel, it doesn't matter if you feel like you're secure financially. So money does make people change.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
It,
They
it, it
move different. They talk different. They feel like they King Dingaling with
but
no
that's
ding.
but
That's how it is.
but see, I feel on that what's like I feel like it's people that ain't never really had. You remember acting like a nigga that ain't never had and there's a rap song, but
Know
that's
nothing
true.
about it.
Like when people like like you said, some people can be 100 and change into 1,000 and now they totally different. You know what I'm saying? They
Hmm.
they, they buying their little clothes and they acting strange and they party and they did, but like I said, money just make you more of who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like I think I think a lot of times um, you know, that's why I didn't like that they gave them stimulus guns. What's the
They
name?
did not give the stimulus guns. They bought that with the stimulus
Yeah,
money.
but it made dudes that all they cared about was some gangster stuff. They went out there and bought their guns with their little old check and said, "Hey, let's get it on." You know what I'm
They were
saying?
doing imagery. That's what they are reverting to. This the image that they want to put on and betray before the people. That's just what that was. It's called an image.
Okay, let me see what we got to say. Go ahead.
He said once bro before money was backed by gold, aka Fort Knox. But now money is paper. Bro, if you own 1,000 cows, you got money. Life is barter system with assets, you got money. If you own your house, you got money. But still, if you got this stuff, you own this stuff, you got this stuff. So if you want to gain anything from it, if you got it, it just belonged to you. But if you want something from it, you got to join the barter system. You got to sell some, give some to get something. So
But
whether you own it or not, it's nothing wrong with owning it or having it. It's in your possession, true ownership. But if you're trying to gain anything from what you have, you still have to be a part of the barter system.
well, I'm gonna tell you this, and and I remember Andrew Tate said it the best. Um, he had Bugattis, all this, private jets, yachts, all that. Within one day, they arrested him, seized all his assets, and threw him in jail for 2 days straight. So one thing I can say is, do you really own anything you got? You know what I'm saying? Because if the powers of be want to break you and want to take everything you got, they can make up something. They can give you something. They can take everything you got. There ain't nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
And that's just the world we live in, even though we feel like it's something different than it actually is. But that's just the world we live in.
Yeah. Okay. So the study indicate that women get more negatively affected, both emotional and physically, by a heartbreak. Yeah. So women participate rated her emotional anguish to be 6.8 E4. Wait a minute, post breakup.
Yep. And then there go the rest of it.
Whereas the figure turned out to be 6.58 for men. So it's close. Okay, a new study from Journal of the Association of Psychological Science has found that women fall out of love faster than men in romantic heterosexual relationships.
Yeah.
So women fall out of love faster.
I think women fall out of love first because I think men and women be chasing different things. I think women are chasing a love that can only really be given through maybe their child or something. And the reason I say that because a child gonna love you unconditionally.
That shocked me.
What?
That shocked me that you said that.
What?
Because I feel like most women fall out of love because they're chasing the dream of what's in their head. Before the child, even after the child, how you want it to look. Because most women are out here trying to betray a certain way of good for the people that's in their surroundings. A lot of women fight to show people my life is good, I'm moving great, my man and I, we're good, and you're in a terrible thing. I talked to a lady today, and it was just so shocking to me. I wouldn't have never thought in a million years that she's been with her husband. He did marry her, but they've been together 28 years, but he never helps her. So she's been providing for him and their child and family for this time span. And she was like, he doesn't help me. I'm struggling. I need to work to get what I can get so I can be okay. I'm looking for this break right now. And I was shocked because from the outside looking in, the image that's betrayed, you think everything is hunky dory. And that's the thing, people put things on social media to have this dynamic life, and you have no knowledge of what's really going on. The struggle is real.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I agree with that. People, like they say that TikTok is messing up a whole lot of relationships because, they watch TikTok and they see people on these great vacations, this and that. And I remember even comedians said that, people putting these vacations on their card and don't even realize they got to pay it back one day.
Right.
They putting vacations
within 30 days to be exact.
and they got $7,000 worth of vacations on the credit card and things. And I their debt is real. You know what I'm saying? And if you get with somebody who like to owe, they're gonna be on. You're gonna be on people for the rest of your life and don't even know it because because they're not watching what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? In a way. Go ahead with that.
So Rumi said, no one owns anything on earth. We borrow it until we die and pass it along. Okay. Until we understand Genesis and truly understand Eve meaning women, we must understand who
You
is
know
a
what?
man child made from a rib. God made man first, and he must let God give him his soulmate. Man can choose it to be God.
I'm gonna tell you this, Ruben. Now, one thing I do, I think God kind of can talk through us. So sometimes I be wanting you to talk with, something you thought about, than just repeating what you read in the Bible. It's easy to, put something out here that you done read in a book. Like I done read 48 Laws of Power. It's easy for me to just take a saying and just throw it out there or something like that. But sometimes we got to get stuff that come from just the heart. We always try to blame stuff on God to make us right, make it right in our eyes. So when you just start slinging out there, God said this and God say that, God is you. You are saying this. So sometimes we got to look at it and say, this is how I think. You know what I'm saying? And stop trying to throw it on God that we have never met and never seen. You know what I'm saying? And we looking, and when you look through God from just a book, instead of looking around, just out here and looking at life as God just all around us, making moves everywhere, from the trees growing that we get to we breathe out, they breathe, they throw out the oxygen, and we throw out the carbon dioxide that makes the world work. And the ants, they the one make the ground softer so everything can, what's name, but I think I was looking at, I cut my mama yard today, and I was looking at her yard, and I said, every day, every year, I said, she's sprinkling stuff out in her yard to fertilize and kill the weeds and all that. And every year, there's more and more weeds I see show up in the middle of the yard, because what we trying to do is fight nature. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, where, okay, Ruben, and I'm listening to you. You said, "Bruh, be a man. He must follow God's guidelines." Okay, tell me what's God's guidelines and not the
I knew
Bible.
that was gonna be your question.
You know what I'm saying?
I knew that was gonna be your question.
Because whenever you looking at a book and you saying this is God, do you really know God? Because you are not looking around you and looking at just real stuff around you. I like a person that kind of speaks from a worldly view or outward view, or what you walk out and see every day, how you tend every day. Because I remember I was watching this podcast today, and this Jew dude, this rabbi, he was saying how unholy people are being Christians or whatever they are if they ain't living what they speaking. So he's saying in a way that if you talking all this good shit, but you ain't living it, are you really what you say you are?
Right.
So,
and that be the point.
I tell people all the time, people talk about how they'll shoot somebody, they'll do this, and that. I'm like, I don't like people that live gangster through what they see on TV or what they think they gonna do. What have you done? If you ain't did it, don't be talking about what you gonna do in these certain. It's just like when I hear a woman talk about whooping my ass, I'll be like, It's grown ass, big ass men that know they can't whoop my ass. And you feel like you up to the challenge? I doubt it. You know what I'm saying? And women will say this because it feels good. It feels equality. Oh, you gonna know I was there? Yeah, because you on the ground in front of me. That's why I'm gonna know you there. But other than that,
Wait a
no.
minute, you gonna hit them back?
Man,
Remember, you're not supposed to hit.
I wasn't raised on that. I unlearned myself them type of terms when I realized people can hit you and then they expect you not to hit them back. No, my mama said, if anybody put their hands on you, whoop
Anybody?
that
Oh, she
ass.
didn't say a boy or
She
girl.
didn't say any boy hit you. She said anybody
Your
put
mama
their
is
hands
right.
on
She
you.
gotta tell you that she mean girls. If girls hit you, you just laugh it
No,
off.
listen, I have never went through that. I have never went through a woman that's feeling the nerve to beat on me or nothing like that. You know, I'm sure many thought about it. Many wish they could live. You know what? I put up a post the other day, right? And my post said, how many women want to be a man for a month? Don't you know no woman wanted to be a man for a whole month? They only wanted to be a man for either a day or maybe a week. And you know why I knew they didn't want to be a man for a whole month?
Why?
Because they would be dead. Most women, if they lived in a man's shoes for a whole month, would probably be dead because the things they think men can get away with, that they think if they jump in a man's body that they gonna get away with, they wouldn't even make it to 30 days. We can
But
already
if you're saying being a man, I wouldn't take the jest of me taking my womanness with me. I'll just try to see what you experience. So I wouldn't be dead because I would experience what men experience. So it would probably more make me more humble as a woman to see what a man go through in life.
right. But I don't
But
think
I wouldn't say that I'll be dead.
but watch this. But the reason a woman wouldn't even want to take that journey for a month because she really know how rough it really is being a man and how easy it is being a woman. Let me tell you something, and I'm gonna tell you this.
That's what is so surprising. Me being a woman is surprising to me, but you're not the only guy that I've heard this from.
Yeah, because guess what? It was a woman that had a sex change to be a man, and she was a man for a year. She committed suicide.
Why? Because it
Because
was
because
bad.
no, because she started realizing, she started writing about it and things. She started realizing how bad it was being a man, how you didn't get none of these, nobody opened the door for you, nobody was nice to you. You had to man up. You had to man up on everything. Well, nobody helping you. You had to hold up for everything you say, all that stuff. People talking about you, talking bad about you, you know what I'm saying? Women talking about you, this and that. I mean, people don't even realize what a man go through in a daily what's name. How many people try to disrespect the man and challenge his manliness every day, because we know, and I know you being a woman, it's many times that women and challenge men just to see what he was gonna do, or just to see how far to push him,
Or
or
his reaction.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But you
So
know me, I often call and I ask a guy like, "You okay? Like, how are you doing?" And my thing has always been genuine, right?
Nina
But
said
the
that's not
genuine,
why she killed herself. Well, you tell me why she. I want you to write down why she killed herself, and I'm gonna put that up in a minute. Go ahead. My sorry for
no,
interrupt.
that's okay.
Go ahead.
LaRuben said, he got me
You
about
ready?
that.
Go ahead.
He said, bro, question. Do you believe in God and know this real talk God watching? I have my own city. I'm in my own jail at home. Know this, bro. You you're right. I'm done telling my people the truth. But now this when you close your eyes, God's going to ask you what LaRuben said wrong. All I ever said is our people to unite and know we are the original man and woman. And know, Marcus, this be your test of faith.
Well, one thing, you can't test me on faith because first you got to be a godly person to test me on faith, like a Farrakhan or somebody who live exactly what they preach. See, one thing about it, I remember, just us getting on live the other day that you was talking about the bet would be me buying you a case of beer or something. So seeing if you was a godly man, I don't think that would be your choice of
The
reparation.
compensation from the bet.
You know,
Okay.
so seeing that your body is your temple, and hold on, yeah, he said it. Though without sin should cast the first stone. And this, see, I'm not out here trying to prove that I'm God's best or God's most humblest servant.
You are definitely one of God's most cared about. He care about you. You hear me? Ooh.
because I don't go out here using God as my shield. See, every time I get in an argument with you, you never have no personal stuff that you can say from you to me. It's always God in front of it, like God is your shield to divide you and me. Like you better than me because I know God, and do you know God? Every time I don't agree with you, now I must not be a believer. I must not even know who God is. Let me tell you something. I do know God is. And I think you the one that don't know God or who God is because you keep questioning. You question everything around you. God is all around you. God is everyone, everything. And it's in everyone and everything. So if you don't know that little point, see, if you get your head out of book and you look around you and just look among the sea and among everything around you, you will see God everywhere. But you know what? You don't see God everywhere. You just see God on what you want him to be. He is buried in your mind as a spirit that just comes and talk to us. And what's name? Okay, you got your own personal battles with God. I have my own personal battles, but guess what? I ain't questioning you about your religion. I am not you. You don't know if you want to be a Muslim or a Christian. You a Christian and Muslim.
He's
You
a
know,
Christian.
and then
He's a
Muslims don't
Christian.
drink. Muslims don't drink. You drink. And smoke. So don't sit up here and start talking about throwing the first stone. You start throw the first stone every night when you get on here, drinking and half drunk. If I put you on live right now, you'll have your eye in the camera and drunk and smoking a cigar. The reason you're so close to the camera because you don't want to see us smoking your cigar, yeah, and all that old type of stuff. Come on, man. We can get into this, but challenging somebody about their relationship with God is not what we're gonna do tonight. Go ahead.
Nina said, read the story, please. It was more to it than if we're talking
Well,
about the same person.
that ain't what I asked you to do. You had too much time to come and tell me to read the story. Now,
While he was going off LaRuben, Nina, you could have pulled it up and posted it.
I already said what I said about it. See, you supposed to be debunking me. So you supposed to tell me what the story really about. Don't tell me I'm wrong unless you're gonna come with right. Don't tell me to go back and read. And see, I'm just saying, it's just simple. I mean, to tell me if I come and say something, this same thing, you ain't gonna say not to try to say
real talk says God protects kids and fool. I'm not better than you, bro. I believe God gave you a platform to help our people, and that's our purpose. Yeah. That's what we got going on right now.
Yeah, but but all I'm saying is you got to get into. I think to help people, you got to get on a level, Ruben. This is what I'm trying to say. You got to get on a level, and what I'm saying is to really bark the Bible down to the new millennium. they ain't going for that. If all you can talk is God talk, that's why a lot of people don't listen to a lot of preachers. They only listen to the real preachers that can get down. No, I'm just saying they can get on a level. See, when preachers are able to get, see, one thing about Farrakhan, he ain't scared of no conversation. You know what I'm saying? And he can get on anybody's level. You know what I'm saying? And all I'm asking Ruben is, stop battling with God against me. God did this and God did this. Every time you speak towards me, you put God in it. You never just say what you're trying to say, and it's never coming from you. See, you can't make everything come out your mouth and then blame it on God. It's coming from you. Maybe God moving through you. Just say it, but it's coming through you. And it's the same thing here. Maybe God coming through me to say this, but it's coming through me. And I'm not blaming God for nothing I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And I think you doing the blame thing. You blaming God for anything that you saying because you using God as a peace bomb. You using him in the middle saying, he said something on like, God said, if you do this and do this, you're supposed to move like this. You start going back in Adam and Eve. Man, talk about something that happened in 2024. Because let me tell you something. Ain't nobody, if you start talking to some kid, 13, 14 years old, and he want to hear something real, and you start talking about Adam and Eve, you done lost him. You done lost him. God should tell you to talk about something to interest a kid, not interest you. See, when you talking through you just talking through what you learned and what you wasn't learning. God give you stuff you learn, then you do it and you change it and you make it godly and you just talk it out. I'm just trying to give people good directions and stuff to go move in. I'm not using God to tell them what they should do. I'm just telling them what I have experienced in life. And this is what I think might be a better move to try to do. Because none of us know nothing. So when you say God is this and that, and he said, God is the head, and I know my instructions. I understand. And that's your instructions. Don't tell me how to be my instructions. See, when I go back and you say, Let's break this down. Bro, do you believe in God? See, now you in court. Now you judging me because you trying to say the reason I'm talking a certain way, I must don't believe in God if I ain't saying God in every line in there. And if I go down every one of your lines, what's the name? Instead of that, those without sin, cast the first stone, you put God in every sentence. Every sentence. You ain't proved me wrong with nothing. All you do is use God as a shield in every one of your sentences. And I hope you go back and so you can see that you use God in everything. Okay. Just because you say God don't make you holy. I want you to live up to some of this stuff you saying. I want you to look at when you drinking your little Michelob's, whatever you drinking, your what's the name, and smoking your black wine. Ask God to help you put it down. That's what you do. Ask God for that one. Hello. So I mean, sometimes you can ask God to lead you in a certain kind of way, but putting God in everything don't scare me. And see, that's a scare tactic. You know what I'm saying? God said. Now I'm Lucifer. See, told you you're gonna start calling me names when you can't talk. Anytime you can't say God in a sentence, now it's Lucifer. Now, real bro. You thinking in somewhat of Lucifer. Don't you drink, bro? I didn't say I didn't drink, bro. You the one that be sitting up here talking about God this and God that. I said if you're a Muslim, if you're a Christian Muslim don't drink. How you got ism in you and you drinking? Because didn't he say the criticism was a mix between Muslim and Christian, and I don't think Muslims drink. So I think you are doing a disservice to your own God, because I think you running a sham. Can't sit up here and play God and put God in your name all the time. It's just like a stripper talking about, oh, don't do this, and then out here selling pussy. And then sit up there talking about what you shouldn't be doing. Yeah. That's no different than a drug dealer up here selling crack all day and say no to drugs. I mean, hey, if we put you beside Farrakhan, would you match up? If you trying to talk like Malcolm X, would you match up? You know what I'm saying? So when you talk this strong, I ain't running around here hollering God in every sentence. Because if God is that close to you, he can stop you from doing certain things. See, he might not be that close to me, but he's still in me. All right. She had asked me what the topic was. And tell her the topic.
What's up, Tamika? Thank you for coming here and help us out right now. That part.
Oh, because they done turned me
The
into
topic for tonight we were talking about is tax season, leaving season. Like, so do women leave around tax season? Tax season, do they leave relationships, jobs, etc., things like that? But we've also reverted to other things, people in life or how they move, on things that they can't control, which is their life, their desirement, their religion, things like that. So is tax season the thing you leave your relationship, your man, your religion, or you get religion? But that's what he's talking about. A multitude of things. But glad you joined though.
My bad. He be trying to get me started. So sometimes we can over abuse God, I think. And I think that's what Reuben is doing sometimes, is overly abusing God. Just like he just put God in another system and Jesus. He just going on like, Jesus, was that a wedding? What? I just seen Jesus on this new show I've been watching, this series called The Gentleman, and he's a mass murderer, and his name is and he pray, and he reminded me of you, Reuben. Somebody that pray and be in front of God and saying all the right stuff, but then turn around and doing the opposite sometimes. Ain't that something? Sometimes I just said King smoked cigars, Malcolm. Let me see. Heroin. Who? He said Malcolm did heroin, but then found God, bro. Yeah, that's right. You claim you found God. So if you already found God, you shouldn't be doing it no more. You forgot about that part? That's when he was a pimp and when he was out in the streets selling drugs. You forgot about that part? Once he found God, he changed his life and lived by God. That's one thing you ain't doing. See, you can't just jump on me like I don't know what actually happened now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because he went through a whole lot of things when he went to prison for 10 years. Yeah, he did a lot of things Malcolm did that changed his life. Yeah, we know you wouldn't go to prison for 10 years. You be done turn on. Okay, but yeah, but don't be coming up to me with that old type of stuff. And then you're talking about Jesus went to a wedding, and ain't nobody said nothing about he was at the wedding turning water to wine. Man, you up there and put Jesus into Like, man, why this man just put Jesus all into a new wedding? Like he was the what they say? He was the bootleg man. Well, Jesus came up in there. Yo, y'all done ran out of wine. Hold on, I'll be right back. Let me stop, man. Let me stop. He the one started me, man. Oh Lord. He said the only man without sin is Jesus, bro. You ought to stop. That was a sin when he turned over that table in the church. That was a sin. Being outraged and this and that is still a sin. If you start doing certain stuff, it's still a sin. So wasn't nobody created without sin. This is only in your mind, because the mind is a terrible thing to waste. Everybody, just the simple fact he made some wine to get everybody drunk is a sin in itself. He was an old bootlegger. It's illegal to bootleg. It's still illegal to bootleg. So that means Jesus did sin because it's still illegal to bootleg. And he was strung up for his sins and nailed to the cross because they felt like he sinned.
That's not true. That part not true.
I did. Let's go on what's not, because he just got me rambling now. I'm just saying stuff now. But don't start there, because when you go to Malcolm and you start talking about Malcolm and Martin and Medgar Evers and all these other people, everybody except Jesus and God, the people that actually that we know how they look. When you start talking about people that know,
I don't know how Martin or Medgar looks in real life.
Well,
I only go by pictures as well.
Well, I do. And
so you've seen them in your life. That's you, your old self, but not me. Listen, I'm young.
No, listen. But even pictures, videos, I don't watch pictures, videos, all that stuff. What picture, video you seen of Jesus or God?
I seen one on Jesus on Good Time. And then you know how people used to have Jesus in their house, and they like, "That's Jesus." I'm like, "Oh, that's Jesus."
You get them laugh and cry with later. Man, you don't scare me with that. I told you he using God as a shield. He done use God in everything, and just to try to take me, God watch you, bro. You laugh now, cry later. And I'm not scared of you talking about God, man. You don't scare nobody. You the ultimate back burner. A person that talk this stuff that ain't living it and sit up there trying to, you like the KKK. You use God for evil.
Oh my goodness. I'm
gonna throw that stone. You like the KKK, they go over there and they talk all that stuff about they look crosses, burning crosses in people's yard, and they go hang people up and all that and wish death and all destruction on them. Look at laughing that crowd later. That sounds like a threat. You're using God, man. All you doing is proving me right. You're using God because you don't know any words to say outside of the book. Outside of the book, you can't talk like a regular human being. So talk to me like a regular human being. Get on here and just say something you believe and not just what you think God believes. If God speak through you, you can just, talk yourself. Okay, sir? You ain't got to say God said, God told me to tell you to be quiet. God told me you talking wrong, and you can't tell me what God gonna do to me. God hear you. He hear you too. And he watching you too. Drink that beer and smoke that cigarette and talk all this holy stuff. He sure watching you too.
Oh, so you know that it's holy stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
When the last time you encouraged somebody into doing something positive in life?
Who, me?
You.
Shoot. Today?
Okay. That was just a question. You don't even have to tell me what it was. It was just a question. I'm letting you know now. I just asked the question.
Hell, look, and I can do this. Just an hour ago, I was right here talking positive stuff, and somebody get on here and they started changing
That's your boy.
changing the narrative, coming with the whole. We can't even just talk about tax season or any kind of season or anything positive that people should do, because it always turns into a God match, a match where, oh, I believe more than you, or I'm more holier.
But listen, hold on.
That's how it come off.
But listen, it doesn't matter. This is what you know. In anything in life, I'll give this advice to anybody that's on here. Anything in life that you deal with, if you're secure in it, nothing, nobody can say can ruffle your feathers. So if you have any soft doubt, you allow it to ruffle you. LaRuben never ruffles me. I understand when he says some of the things LaRuben say may be a little truth to it, but nothing LaRuben say ruffles me like you allowing it to ruffle you. So why get concerned? And some things don't even have to be addressed. We've been dealing with this for at least the last 2 years with LaRuben. So I'm just trying to see, like, why are you still addressing this again?
Well, now because I
partial truth is not the truth.
I'm gonna tell you this.
That's called white lies.
Calling me Lucifer like he know Lucifer. I guess he's seen Lucifer too, huh? He close to him too.
No, he just got one name. There are plenty of demonic names in the book. Right. But Lucifer be the strongest one because I guess that's supposed to be the real stronghold.
Yeah.
But don't let it offend you that he called
No. Well, what I'm saying is, I have been on here, and even when I talk about this here, I still haven't called him direct names. I'm just calling out his holiness.
Well, you know the circumstances of LaRuben when he says that, right?
No, I don't know.
We've seen it live. We've seen it live. When he turns like what he's doing right now, we know where his state is. So it's nothing like that. Like he's just, just giving his opinions.
Yeah.
Because
all I asked was, can he say something without adding Jesus and God to it? And that's just me just being I see he said, "Sis, I'm a man of peace." I mean, real talk. I mean, he can say a couple of things in there.
But listen, a lot of things. But listen, a lot of times when a person get in a certain atmosphere in their life or whatever they're dealing with, even being under pressure in just normal life without spirits, people say things that are really on their heart. And so if these things are bothering them in that way, where they keep addressing it the same way, believe it, that's how they feel. That's that magnifying glass we were talking about earlier. That is nothing that's being hid. Just know that this is how this person really feels, because this is what's on their mind. They're challenging themselves and they're just directing it towards the next. So don't be offended. It's nothing like that. Everything I take LaRuben saying, he's speaking to a mind of people on his inner heart, on how he feels on something. So don't let it be an issue. I wouldn't get offended, and I would let him continue to speak his mind.
And I agree that he a man of peace. But all I'm saying is, see, I think both of y'all, I think it flew over y'all head what I was trying to say. What I'm trying to say is, it don't really offend. It don't offend me. What I'm trying to say is, if you talking to the average youngster like this is what I'm trying to tell him. If you really want to get your message out and you trying to go with a larger audience or a younger audience or somebody you trying to, change or whatever, All I'm saying is if he walk up to a 15, 16-year-old,
he wouldn't do it.
no, I'm saying can it resonate? You know, can that same talk resonate to a 15, 16-year-old? And could you keep them even engaged? Even I mean, I talk to young boys all the time. You know what I'm saying? I take them to the gym with me and all kind of stuff, and walking with me and everything. And I talk to young boys and I try to keep them on the right path. And all I'm saying is talking godly is nothing wrong with it.
No, not at all.
Over godly is what I'm saying.
No, I wouldn't even say over godly. I'm saying like he's trying to offend you by calling you Lucifer. And everybody know that Lucifer in the Bible is referring to a devil. You know, he was a large angel in God's eye in the Bible, you know, like an archangel. But people refer to Lucifer as identifying as the devil. But saying that he's trying to ruffle your feathers, you know. But the thing about it is, we're going to take everything positive. Just like I asked you today, who life were you involved in, or who did you talk to today to try and direct them into a certain way to improve themselves? You know, improve themselves. You was like, yeah, today, maybe an hour, but you were talking about the platform. But I was saying prior to the podcast, then you was like, yes, today. Yeah. So that's a plus. Yeah. So just from talking on just being a part of this atmosphere we're in now, this is where LaRuben is. He's just talking about right now. So just contemplate on what you've done prior to this, because if we want to call names, we could do that. But that's not what we're here to do. We're out here to discuss this message we have, and we're going to stick to it. He said, I want to congratulate you, my brother, for your podcast and keep pushing. If me and you can't agree, what can we say to our brothers?
I think we can agree. I think what men don't understand, men should be able to disagree and be fine with it. And I think that's the problem that we run into, because when I disagree with you, now I don't believe in God. Now you got to ask me, do you believe in God? That shouldn't even come out your mouth, because I don't believe a certain, you know, if I'm saying
is that he's saying.
Right. Because my thoughts are different than you, it don't make me no less
an unbeliever
or less a non-believer or whatever. And that's all I'm saying, is when just because I have a different point of view or something, don't mean that you should ordinarily call me Lucifer or attack me and say, do you believe in God? That's attacking. That's attacking formation. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was saying. That's why I was just trying to, I had started looking at your comments, and all I was saying is you was using God as a shield. Every time you was referring to me, you was making sure you put God in it to make it seem like it wasn't coming from you. But this is really coming from you. God don't talk about people like this. Right. This is coming from your heart. God don't judge me. You the one judging me, not God. So be careful when you say God is watching, because I know He watching, and I know He's judging me through my eyes and His eyes, and not through yours. See, when you start judging me, don't put God on it. That's all I'm saying. Stop putting God as your shield to say what you really want to say to me. Just say it. That's what I say.
I've been saying that for months.
That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is you using them as a shield. Every time you want to say something really about me, You saying God first so they come out a little better. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just saying what you want to say. I'm a grown man. You can say whatever you want to me. Just don't use God as a punching bag. Don't put him in the middle. And you papa, papa, papa. And you got God right there. God. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Just come at me. Just come at me. Say what you want to say. If you feel like something, something you disagree with something, just say I disagree with that. I don't agree with it. That's fine. You can agree with it. But don't say I don't agree that God is saying no. Just don't agree with it. Don't put God in it because you don't agree. See, now you making it seem like you talking for God. And I don't like that kind of talk. Like you are using God to talk, like you talking to me, but God is the one telling you what to say to me. Now, you telling you what to say to me, not God. Because I know my God. I had to hit that number. My God. All right, let's hey, we done already went over. I know you ready. I know. You sleepy yet? Let me roll that next Tuesday. Let me roll that next Tuesday at the bottom. I had to make sure, I got to make sure Ruben don't have no more points on me.
He said he never I think he's trying to say I never chastised you. I move in parables. No, you moved in name calling.
Right.
Go back and check. It's there.
Right. It's there.
And that's the thing. If you do it in parables, you read the book. The book is written in parables. Say the same way the parables are done. Yeah. So it is what it is.
Yeah. We listen. I like you say, I'm a very smart man, and I know.
Why?
I'm gonna do like I did at the club when they were picking on me. I know when somebody picking on me.
I know you know, because so apparently everywhere you go, somebody picking on you, and you don't think that has nothing to do with your smart mouth.
I'm glad you said that, Ruben. See, when you say I hate the truth, you telling me that you don't tell lies now. So what are you saying, that you are the level of truth, or you are the governor of truth? You the one to tell me what's the truth and a lie, and mine was just like I couldn't tell you what's a lie or the truth in your language. Now you gonna make the law in your own name. You gonna say, oh, because I know the Bible, I know the truth. No, you know the Bible. So truth can be, they could come up, and if they was to come and bring the so-called original Bible or something that they found buried in a tomb in Atlantis and said, oh yes, God wrote this, and you'll be right there talking about that's the truth now too. See, that's why I told you sometimes you got to get out the book. You can read the book for a certain amount of energy and what's name, but you got to get out the book sometimes and just say what you feel and stop just trying to call people lies and all that. Because when you say I hate the truth, that means you trying to tell me you are the truth, or you telling me the truth, and I won't respect what you saying. What did he say? He said, no, not my thinking, bro. In your mind, bro, I have never did anything wrong.
He said, you have never did anything wrong.
Oh, okay. I don't know that. I don't know. Because now it's starting to get confusing now. So I guess that's when we got. I'm gonna close it out. I'm gonna last a whole minute and 30 more seconds. I'm gonna close it off at 2:30. 2 hours, 2 hours and 30 minutes. So we got a whole minute left. What you got to say, Miss Lady? Go on. Tell us something. Tell what I'm talking about. Sing it.
Till we meet. Okay, I'm done.
Yep, go on sing because they're gonna be our outro tonight.
No.
Gotta worry about getting what
Getting what?
monetized or something.
Monetized. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want you to get tagged. Oh, she's singing somebody's song. Oh, okay.
Man, ain't nobody ever got on nobody for singing nobody's song, have it?
You said it.
You got to actually have the what's name. You cannot.
What's
You
the what's the name?
on acapella. You got to have the beat and everything.
Oh.
Yeah, you
Well,
going acapella. They got you.
Acapullo.
Acapella.
Acapullo.
All praise to you too, my brother. And how they say, it's always good having a nice field debate around here. All look, all of these things are just entertainment. This is not the real deal.
We are not barking for real. These are soft
barking. This is not. I am not the owner of the word. I am not downing the Bible or none of these creeds.
Hallelujah.
Oh no, what is it? Go on, name all the books.
Of what?
There's a bunch of them. But I'm not look, I'm not downing no beliefs or nothing, but I think you know, I think with me, I think you know, even if my boy is very you know, religious, and what I am probably more spiritual and more nature driven in the realm of religious, because I think religious will keep us in a little box, and I think
divided,
and I think yeah, and divide.
I was trying to say division, but
that's where a lot of wars have came off with beliefs. And what I try to do when I get on the show, I try to deal in a little bit more factual or stuff I done heard or seen on actual video or speeches or stuff like that. I don't really talk about people I done never seen or never talked to, or never known nobody that talked to them. Or don't know their last name. I just don't get into that, because we'll never know. You know what I'm saying? We'll never know. You know what I'm saying?
He says, sis, play this song for him. God's trying to tell you something. Yes. 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 You say, God is trying to tell you something. Color Purple.
Know what that is? Man. Man.
God is trying to tell you something right now. Right now.
Say Color Purple on my platform.
Oh Lord, I'm sorry.
I do not like Oprah Winfrey. And
Lord.
Put out there, I have no love for her. I'm like 50 Cent on Oprah Winfrey. Both of us don't like her. Me and 50 Cent sees her the same.
You and 50 Cent both don't like Oprah?
No, we don't.
50, why you don't like Oprah? No at all. Why you don't like Oprah? Tell me something.
She two-faced.
But you deal with that all the time.
She do stuff that I done seen done. People talk about stuff that they ain't living, and Oprah be talking about how good relationships is, and she just got a boy toy that she just bring them out when she going out to her dinners and
Isn't
stuff.
that what men want? Because they're not getting married no more, right? So I
Yeah,
would need a
but she
boy
ain't
toy.
getting married. She ain't married to him. That's a
But
boy
that's
toy.
what I'm saying. So listen. So when
Mhm.
you're not gonna marry the person, so they are your boy toys. So you just bring them up when they need to be seen, right? So what you knocking? Are men getting married anymore? Nope. Are women getting married anymore? Nope, because the men won't marry them.
Because
So
the
we
women
got
are,
boy toys around
the,
this
wo- the
thing.
women are getting divorced too quick.
Oh Lord, well don't worry about it then. Don't get
Who
married.
getting rid
Keep
of me?
that same fear and don't get married. Then
Hey,
don't
look,
even talk about
look.
it.
Them women the one getting rid of men. Most of these women been
So now
married.
you revert that from Oprah to women.
Okay, watch this. Most of these women
Watch.
been married. They just
Excuse
want
me.
to get married 2-3 times.
So you
Like my
said
cousin.
Oprah been married?
You said what?
Did you say Oprah been married or
I said,
most
no,
women?
no, Oprah ain't never been married.
No, what did you say? Did you say most women?
I said most women been married.
Been married before.
A lot of women been married. They just
So if they've been married before, they can't get married again?
that's in the Bible.
What the Bible say about that?
It's in the Old Testament.
But what did it say?
To death do us part, to sickness and health and all
Tell me
that.
what scripture that's found.
Okay. And then I remember when the man died, over there in Africa, they used to put the woman in the coffin with them. They used to kill the wives too. That's why they used to take care of them boys. They used to take care of them kings. They'd be like, hold on. You sick? They're like this slave man everything. We sick, boss? You know what? I've been watching too much Cameron and Mace, man.
Too much TV, period. That part. That's all on. Man.
My bad.
That part. Okay, where we at the benediction? Okay, there it is.
Look.
So hey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you guys on next week, Tuesday at 9 p.m.
What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about, Willis?
Listen. Okay, what? Listen. Okay, what?
Got him! Got him!
And as we go, hold on, sing that as we lay, as we get out of here.
As we lay, we forgot about tomorrow as we lay.
We got to get back to acapella. We started off with acapella. You remember when you used to sing when we first started?
Right? It's morning.
What up, Terry? Up in his house. See you later, bro.
You was in the middle of my song. See, I was trying to get into it.
Okay, go ahead then.
No, it's over.
Terry watching. Terry watching.
Terry broke it up.
Terry
we broke up then. We broke up.
Terry watching. Come on now. Go ahead. As we lay. All right, gone. We gone.
Good night,
Good night, people.